We begin the second quarter at Commonwealth Stadium on a perfect night, by the way. Temperature in the low 70s, just a little breeze, and 59,000 or so. The top two crowds, by the way, in the history of this stadium occurred in the first two meetings in the renewal of the rivalry each of the last 2 years. And we expect to threaten that 59,000 plus mark tonight. Following the block punt by Louisville's Tony Esters. First and goal at the Wildcat 8-yard line as we begin the second quarter. You haven't seen Chris Redmond, the redshirt freshman backup quarterback. The total yardage picture really negligible for both teams in the first quarter. The key plays for Kentucky, two big punt returns by Sanford. Moreau is still out of bounds at the 5-yard line. He had a great job forcing the run by Boyd, who was joined by Tony Woods.
Take a look at the number of people that are in the face of the punter, Carter. The last two punts weren't terribly good, so this time he says, well, this time I'm really going to concentrate, take my time. Look at all the white shirts. In fact, look at Esters. It's not as if he blocks the punter. He literally just runs into the punter because he's there so quickly. If you actually would have laid out and blocked the punter, it would have rolled into the end zone, but he got there so quickly, he wasn't sure what to do. You could blame Jimmy Carter for that, except for the fact that it was a complete jailbreak at the line of scrimmage.
And at the spot of the tackle, or near the spot of the tackle, the 10-yard line, the injured cardinal. You can't quite pick up the first numeral, but I think it may be the running back, Frank Moreau, who paid a heavy price after being knocked out of bounds. It is Moreau being helped to his feet.
Tony Woods came up in the secondary and made a nice hit. The corners for Kentucky have been outstanding thus far in their run support. Something a lot of times you don't see at the collegiate level. You see a lot of guys that can cover, but not a lot of guys that can hit. Take a look at the end of the play. Watch number 29 come up and make the hit right there. He drops and he lands a little bit awkwardly, and of course Schellenberger, it appeared, his helmet might have landed on the side of his knee.
Tony Woods is the man who made that contact, and so Otis Floyd checks in on second and goal from the 5. It's Floyd into the arms, the waiting arms of the outside backer on the 45, Lamont Smith.
I really don't like that play close to the goal line, and here's why. Obviously, the defensive line is going to try and get some penetration, get up front. When you go with the counter tray and try and go with the pull, there's a hesitation. Once this guy pulls, the guy who's in his spot is penetrated. Look at all the blue shirts that have crossed the line of scrimmage. And you can see Lamont Smith makes the tackle, but Supi, who was over the guard, is the one that gets the initial penetration.
As they check Frank Moreau, third and goal, a little more than 4. With Gordon and Ivan Green, the running backs, and Gates in motion. Over to the 3, where Schellenberger made the hit. Ivan Green, 6, redshirt freshman from Louisville, makes the catch. But the Cardinals will have to settle for 3, they hope.
Take a look to the left of your screen. You're going to see once again Dial Gordon, number 22, is completely wide open. Watch him as he throws the ball. Gordon is here to the left of the screen. He throws back against the green. He gets nailed at the 3. All he did was had to loop the ball out to Gordon. He could have walked in for the touchdown. Once again, the inexperience and pain costs him probably here 4 points.
So it's at the 20-yarder. Who drives it straight through. Sweet for Akers, who hails from Lexington. He has the Cardinals on the board early in the second. 7-3 Wildcats. With 12:53 to go in the first half. Let's get an update on the Moreau's condition from Pam Ward.
All right, Dave, not good news for the Louisville Cardinals. Moreau has twisted his knee, his right knee. The trainer says it's an MCL twist, a strain, and he will not come back. He's out for the game.
That is very bad news for them and for Moreau, who's waiting for this opportunity. The second leading rusher behind Arrington last year. 460 yards, all in the 5-5 games. He's looking to become the first Kentucky product to lead the Cardinals in rushing since Carwell Gardner did it in 1989. Very deep. Sanford 6 yards deep. Wildcats 7-3 here. 10 from the 20. Haskins has seen all the action so far. the true freshman wideout at 5'10", 155, Quentin McCord.
And Sam Madison, who is known for his interceptions last year with 7, first-team All-American, shows that he too can make the tackle. He takes on the block and still makes the tackle outside, holding it to a 3-yard gain. There's a guy, interesting statistic with regards to Madison. You see the passes defense. In addition to his fumble recoveries, he had 2 forced fumbles, which means in total he had 12. He was responsible for 12 turnovers. That's the highest of any individual in the nation last year. It's very easy. It really is.
Defense of the nation. 41 turnovers. Almost get this one. On the tip drill, Rico Clark saw that one come perilously close, following the deflection by Tyrus McLeod, the middle linebacker.
McLeod is going to be a Butkus finalist this year. We documented the number of tackles that he had. He is only going to augment his reputation if he can cover like that. That's difficult for a middle linebacker to get back in that kind of deep zone coverage and take the ball away from a fleet receiver like that. Excellent bit of coverage by McLeod.
He can become just the 3rd Cardinal to lead them in tackles 3 straight years. Mark Sander did it, and ESPN's own Tom Jackson, the last to do it. 3rd and 7, and the Wildcats with a timeout. Just before the play clock was down to nothing. 12:06 to go in the first half in Lexington.
Take a look at the end of the play here. Billy Jack Haskins, as he delivers the ball, watch his right hand. It ends up hitting the forearm of Rondell Marsh. You can see he grabs his hand in obvious pain. And since he does not want to be the Wally Pipp of college football, he decides he's going to stay in.
So 3rd and 7. And wrapped up and dropped. The sack comes from 95, Rondell Marsh. One of many Cardinal recruits from Detroit. Ron Cooper really did his homework when he was the head coach in Eastern Michigan, because he has kept the recruiting pipelines open.
Well, you saw last time he was in his face the play before. This time he gets right around the block of David Behringer and is able to drop the quarterback. And Kentucky's offense, in a word, is anemic.
Well, last time we saw Jimmy Carter, he was getting snowed under and had one blocked, leading to the Cardinal field goal. And he's probably just about from the same spot every time. Barely any contact on this one. And not much of a roll either. It will dive just across midfield. Really remarkable that with all the field position they've had, the Cardinals have been held out of the end zone thus far.
Once again, we've talked at great length about the defense of the Louisville Cardinals. Let's give the Wildcats some credit. They blocked a punter on the 8-yard line. They hold him to a field goal. That's like a stand.
Bill Curry hoping for some offense at some point. So far, their longest drive was the 2-play, 8-yard touchdown drive. The other drives have gone 3 and out, gain of 1, 3 and out, gain of 1, 3 plays, gain of -2, and they gained 3 yards on those 3 plays before the punt. It is, by the way, officially a new stadium record, as we suspected it might be. 59,384, about 222 above this record from 2 years ago in this same matchup. Otis Floyd may have lost one. Dele Ali from outside backer number 22, who may be the hardest hitter on the Wildcat defense. He made the initial hit and was joined quickly by Schellenberger.
Schellenberger is an outstanding middle linebacker, somebody with a great feel for the game. Not just a great hitter, but somebody who's very bright, calls all the signals. Great leader on this Kentucky ball club.
Graduate student, got his finance degree in hand, working on his MBA. No gain officially. And Chase has Green open. Every time there's an initial hit evaded by a ball carrier for the Cardinals, there's 2 more tacklers right there. And in this case, again, it is Schellenberger on the stop. 3rd and 7. Huge hit after the catch by Gordon, wrapped up by Lamont Smith, who's been very active throughout this first half.
Good pressure on Payne. Payne needs to drill his balls a little bit. He's got to give his receivers a little more of a chance. You can see the pass rush here. Martin Jacobs is in his face where the ball is lofted a little bit. He has to jump and make the catch, and he pays for it as he is absolutely whacked by Lamont Smith.
So again, Borseth will kick and probably have a great chance to pin the Wildcats deep. The field position story has been the same from the very first possession. Louisville's led it all. It's done almost nothing with it. Let this one slip away. Mercy. Should have been pinned at the 1, and instead it went through the hands of Courtney Dean. 19, it's a touchback and a 19-yard break for Kentucky.
Inevitably, when you're on that coverage team, you want to be that guy that makes that great play and downs it at the 1. He was standing on the 1-yard line. Instead, what he should have done is rush out and just smother it on the 2 or 3. Great punt on the part of Northseth, who gets the ball downfield. Watch this. Watch the spin. Almost like a golf shot. Look at just rolling there. Now Dinkins, now right there, pounce on it. Instead he tries to make the great catch at the goal line, and he pays for it. That's the ball you have to smother. Take it from a guy who snapped for punts for 4 years in the NFL. That's what you got to do.
Very fortunate that he found a ring in the floor, and that could easily have been a pickoff and 6 the other way. Rice Lockett, the closest defender from outside backer. That's the longest gain tonight by the Cats.
One of the reasons you don't throw across your body is right here. It appeared to me like you were saying that McLeod was going to pick this one up. Haskins avoids. You can see a little bit of a takedown that the official missed. Nonetheless, Haskins throws across his body. Take a look right there. Just misses batting it down. Great concentration on the part of McLeod to bring it in, setting up second and short.
All 3 Cardinal linebackers headed to 8 yards is their best gain so far this season. Second and 5. Put out by East. It's almost picked off by Tony Becker. 3rd and 2 coming. Diving near the first down marker, tries to stretch across the 30. Should have it.
The ball just has to touch, of course, because of the touchback. That's about exactly what they got. I was surprised, to be honest with you, on that second down call that they went with the throw. Very fortunate to get that one back. He threw it behind him. I think one of the reasons they're doing that is they're trying to get some confidence. Billy Jack Haskins, the first couple of series, has no confidence. So they're trying to get some short passes so he can feel a little bit better about himself, so he can lead this team and do some different things offensively.
5th first down of the first half by the Cats. Haskins 37 through the air for just 19 yards so far. McLeod waited in vain for a block, and they lose one. McLeod up quickly.
The counter trey has not been terribly effective from either side. And a lot of the reasons because you have some linebackers that can run. Tyrus McLeod is a guy who's going to run behind the pulling guard. He's not going to be fooled because he comes from the backside. McLaurin has no place to go because McLeod has snuffed the play out. He's right in the hole.
Fought off this blocker up front for the Cats. Was leading. 95 pounds, 6'8" tackle. Every single snap last year. McLeod greets him rather rudely at the 26 for the sack to bring up 3rd and 14. Living up to the All-American building. Tyrus McLeod.
Ouch.
And right up here.
Oh man, if you're a quarterback, take a look at this. Here's your momentum. I'm not sure he even sees McLeod. Now he's looking downfield. Ooh, man, oh man. That's not what you want your quarterback to do. You do not want him to take those kind of shots. You want to see if he can deflect or slide, do something. And he's somebody that has been documented ad nauseum throughout this broadcast. His particular job is a tenuous one. He wants to make things happen.
Incomplete, underthrown, intended for Norman Mason. Pressure came from Matt Conway, and again the Cats will have to kick it away.
excuse me, go ahead. I was going to say that Lee Corso in the studio show made a very cogent point about the fact that defenses are usually ahead of the offenses, with the exception, of course, of Murphy and Payton. Here we have a classic case of that. Both offenses are struggling mightily to get any kind of rhythm.
You saw that little puddle of red in the sea of blue at Commonwealth Stadium. 5,000 tickets, all the Louisville fans were allotted. They snapped them up in a hurry. Crowd of 59,000. And it was Dickens who just had the punt go through him into the end zone rather than downing it at the 1, who picks it up and scores to give the Cardinals a 9-7 lead.